person, we maybe got to have a quorum before we start. So 5 minutes after 6 right now, so, we'll give them a few more minutes. Now, we have to postpone it.
Check your box, Joe.
Okay, right now we have a quorum, so we get started here, I think with. Ask someone to pray, if not, each person is driving here and say a silent prayer. Please have a few minutes. Roll call.
Joe Bell,
Here.
Sharon Bell,
Here.
Janice Patterson,
Here.
Elfrida Mitchell, Shantara Rudolph. She's absent, she's going to her conference.
Okay, we all have the agenda. Look over for a few minutes, and after that, ask for a motion to approve the agenda.
Question. I know the last time we met, I did hand deliver the information that we still had
because of number one, that Lucia should have presented that when she was already here. So we do have it, where we put it in our file, we made notes of that. Lucia should have done that while she was already here. It would look real bad now, but she's not here, maybe just say, hey, gave it to you or whatever. But anyway, she should have done that while she was already here. So we're gonna keep it on the file. But we cannot just say we're gonna do something that, she should have done.
But it was hand delivered and it was clearly marked it was hand
That's the
delivered.
way I would see it. If she had done that then, she had time to do that. But for whatever reason, she didn't do it.
So what are you trying to say, that's not part of the original, records?
It could be, but we're gonna put it in the file. Now, if she was here and presented at that time, then it would've been all right. But right now, she don't know anything about what Lucille had, anything, and now she'll read that off, it could be some false information on that. It could be, but she should have done that where we can ask her questions about that. You can ask her any questions about that. But we'll keep it for a file. Put it in the file, we have already done that.
She only took what went on in the meeting, we don't have to ask her any questions.
Well, that's the way I see it, we're gonna keep it in the file. That's the way I would see it.
That was what it felt back in the meeting.
Okay, everybody looked over it? Now I'm asking for a motion to approve the agenda. Can I get a motion?
I'm moving the agenda to be approved.
Can I get a second? Okay, Joe, I'll second. There'll be anyone that vote no or abstain. If not, the motion stands approved.
I abstained from voting for this agenda.
So you're abstaining. Okay, what reason you're abstaining?
Just what I just said, I brought you all the
I
information.
just want you to pronounce just what reason.
I brought the information that was typed by Lucille and delivered, I think she, sent one copy to the clerk as well. So, it's still part of the records.
Understand that it's a part of the record, but I say it again, that she should have presented that information while she was already here.
But she was going to affect it that night of the meeting, remember?
For whatever reason, we really haven't gotten into that, whatever reason, my thing is that she should have presented that thing. And we have to go on further than that, but that's just been said. Now the motion stands approved.
I will point out that it really, a council does not have to give a reason for abstaining.
Well, she have done that. She already posted that. I'm so glad to see everybody here, and, what we're gonna continue to do is pray, keep guarding anything and everything that we do. Pray that this town move forward, and again, it has already, have to move forward in a lot of good things compared to maybe some years ago. So that's good, and, we will continue to move it forward. And when I get to my part for the mayor's concern, I'll be passing more to that. Again, I'm so glad to see all of us here and, trying to do the best that we can. Now we're going to the finance report. I know that we have not, because there's a reason, approved those, finance reports. But again, I said before, what we know, what I know, from the time I've been here, our finance report is up to date. nothing that you don't see. We got paperwork to show everything that we spent, to show paperwork that how much money we have in the bank, how much being spent. So we're up to date with everything, but for whatever happened way back, we're all looking into that. But I asked myself why they did not do that before 3-4 years. I had. So right now, we're all looking into things like that. I tried to talk to Mr. Our auditor. He changed the number, either may have a different number. But I am looking into that. I won't go into the courthouse. I have not done that yet. To find out if the trailer park has anything to do with the town hall. I want to see who owns that. Now, if anybody want to, the council member would like to be able to go and look into that and let me know the next meeting, I'll appreciate that. Would that be one that can volunteer to go over to Hannibal and just check and see who owns that trailer park?
Yeah, I mean, that's not a question, who owns it, everybody knows that Dr. Love owns the trailer park.
I don't know that. Now, I will go into the courthouse, and it was showing.
Let me just explain,
Paying taxes.
since I wasn't mayor here, but I do remember what happened. I think Mayor Hill was the mayor, and at that time, they actually gave the trailer park to the Uncle Love. At that time, the Uncle Love was supposed to do some public housing, low and moderate income housing. Of course, that never happened. But there's not a question, a legal question at all about who owns the trailer park. The question, the property up there, and the question is if somebody want to do something about it, then that's another question. But, I mean, it's not a question of who owns it. And I think I shared with y'all in the last meeting, it showed how much it was on the financial statement, what it was worth, what they appraised it for then.
I mean, I understand what you're saying. You said that's not a question about that. But for us, I want to know, and others, like some other council member want to know. And now we're just trying to see what that a part of this money that is saying that's supposed that meeting.
Well, we showed that to you in the last
As you just said that,
We showed
that's
it to you
no
last
problem.
week.
You said that's no problem. Our Love owns that. That's the way I interpreted that. That you said Our Love owns that. But I want to go to the courthouse, and the courthouse will just give us a sheet of paper to show them. Now, we may be able to figure out about this money that we're not.
There were two things in town used to own. The one was the trailer park, the mobile home park, and the other was the fire department. So when you write the assets of those two individuals, I think it was during Walter's administration where the fire department originally was organized and ran by the town of Boston. At some point, somebody came in, the mayor and council agreed to try to make it a separate organization. So at that point, all of the assets of the Boston Fire Department, which were fire trucks or whatever they're probably don't do it now, were part of the assets. So anything that the fire department and the mobile home should not be on the financial statement. And
That should not be.
somebody, nobody never removed that.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to get to then. I mean, like you said, should not be on there. Now, I guess you're saying that, I'm just saying this from the bottom line clear, that in so many words, the town owns that, and we could just write that off right now, and not even have anything to do with it. But what I want to do is have paperwork on my desk to show that we don't own that. Now, going to the courthouse would be one way to show who owns that, or somebody paying taxes or something.
You can pull up on the internet right now, okay?
The way I deal with law is to get paperwork to show. And like you say, you pull that up and bring it to me, and I'll look at
If
that.
anybody's interested, you can go to Loudoun County, Alabama GIS and look it up. It'll show you exactly who owns what.
Well, right now, I understand that we have not approved the financial report, but I did say that our paperwork that shows what you see, that since the time we have been here, everything is up to date. Every penny, I'm coming down to the penny, it shows how that money is being spent. And that's a good thing. And like I said, I wasn't here for some years ago when all that was going on. I don't know. That's me, I don't know. Mr. Bell was saying then that, you know, we don't own it, so that's a good thing that we can just say that we don't own it. But But now we wanna have proof in our office to show that at some point, that we have paperwork to show. You don't have paperwork to show that, you know, you just look like food then, when somebody asks you questions about some things. But that's all, we'll look into that more deeper, and we'll get ready to see what else, assets or whatever, you know, who owns it. So we just, keep our notes about our finance report, and just keep up with what you see, and later, we've been going on about a year now, and we will find out more about that. I am working on it, like I say, one person mentioned that we need a lawyer to look into that, but that sounds good. And, but right now, we can do some things ourselves. Yeah, yeah.
I'm looking at my financial statements here, and I don't see a bank statement for this week.
A bank statement.
You had a bank statement the last time?
I mean, you got the breakdown of everything that was paid out.
I know. Mr.
I need a bank statement like this, so you don't get
Not
it.
bad.
Oh,
I'm talking about.
You don't get that.
Okay. Mr. Harold said, okay, I can get it.
The only reason why I'm asking that question is, here we getting ready to go into a new fiscal year, and all of a sudden things are changing up. Last month, it changed about how the council got paid. They got paid on the first instead of like the end of the month, like they did. So too many changes are going on before the new administration comes in. I said,
Right
the
here,
reason- I said, the reason why I asked that question is because we have been getting down breakdown of everything that's been paid out and spent over the month, but it's not attached to that.
Okay, I didn't know, cause Mr. Ford said that, the bank statements or something didn't go, so he just told me to, the balance sheet and the profit and loss statement, I can print that out.
Okay, well, make sure the other council members want that as well.
I said I can print it out, man.
Okay.
Well, that could be a mistake, but we just didn't put it in, we have that.
I was just going by what he was saying.
What's that?
I said Mr. Ford was saying to do the profit and loss and the balance sheet. So okay.
I'm sorry, I don't see that.
Well, we
She
been
said
having this
Mr.
mistake.
Ford said.
Okay, well, we'll see about that.
This and not the bank statement.
And that should reflect what's
Right.
the result.
Well, we'll make sure we see about that. It's not there right now, so.
Okay, you want it now, Dennis?
I mean, we're having a meeting now.
Okay, let me go get it before,
We do have, we don't want to hold that right now. We'll get that later, we ain't got to go into that, but we don't.
The reconciliation side. I mean, you got a new administration coming in here, and please don't have them going through what we went through the last 5 years.
So we missed that paperwork last meeting we
It was
had.
right there.
I know this time we don't have it,
You don't have it.
but what about last month?
I got the latest one right
You
here.
had it last month, okay. Well, sometimes we just make these mistakes late.
She said Mr. Ford said she didn't need one of these. She said Mr. Ford.
Well, I'll find out, I'll check on
He
that.
said Mr. Ford.
Some of what would be appropriate for this to, you really don't need to finance the bank.
Well, you don't need it, is that what you
The
said?
bank statement, the
Let's-
reconciliation.
Everybody talk at the same time, say what, Joe?
You really, it's not really necessary that you have a bank statement if you satisfied with the financial statement. But the balance sheet should reflect the bank balance and all that. What I would suggest, and that's the importance of having a work session, so you can look at all that.
Well, do you understand what
Because
Joe
this-
said, James?
The
I
balance
know what
sheet
you're
should,
saying, but do you understand what he's saying?
When he said you don't really have to have it, that's what I'm trying to say.
no,
He's saying you really don't have to, with all these many months we've been having. So this is July right here, but we don't have all of them.
in the future, I hope that this council will have that work session, so you go through the details.
And I think that's where the breakdown has been right there, is that we don't really take the time. We come into a council meeting and try to rush through to get out here before 7 o'clock. And,
No, we're not before 7. We'll
well,
be out at
7:30, but I'm just saying, we don't take the time to really go over what we need to go over.
But we try to have this paperwork out a day before. We try hard to do that. And, sometimes things just don't work out like that.
I can understand that too, Mayor, but what I'm saying is that every time we ask for a work session, we never got one. And now we get ready again, going into a new administration, and you don't wanna take the old stuff into something new. So,
Right now, we're talking about nothing but what you just said, that she's gonna look for that now, and now we got to hold a meeting up down the public, could have got that done before now. But now it's on point, we could have got that maybe tomorrow, the next day, now we're holding a meeting now. So we just have to just hold it for a minute.
One of the things that would help me in the future is that get financial statements to council members a week or two before the meeting, so they have time to go through it and then have questions to ask about it.
That makes sense. No, I just said that we try to have it down a day before, so you can come in and look. And I think it's like that last month.
Two things would help, and I'll be on the way outside the shelter.
I really think we had it out, 2 days or something last month, anybody had a problem with it last month?
Let me finish that. It would be really important that the minutes be written immediately after, immediately after the meeting, so that it's fresh on the writer's mind. And the financial statement be done at least a week before, the reading week, the late week to the third Tuesday. The reading the late week for the third Tuesday, so we'll have time to do that. So it shouldn't take 18 days into the first month, or 15 days, to get everything. And the council members in the future, I'm saying, you know, if they got the information prior to the meeting, we have to waste much time in the meeting.
I think last month, it's just that where, you know, this month, maybe you just didn't get it, but last month you had all that.
I said, but it's still like getting it.
Okay. Okay, now, we're getting ready now to go into, James has that now, there's no question related to that, James. Okay, well, not right now, okay, you're gonna read it?
carry on to me, carry on to me.
Okay. Okay, hold on. I mean, we can look like this here, but let me tell y'all something, nobody's perfect. Ain't no such nobody shaking their heads and thinking that something real bad, cause it's not bad. This is just real, nobody perfect but God. So we may need to think about that and pray about that, cause you're looking for mistakes to be made. And that's a lot of mistakes can be made. A whole lot of them. So we gotta understand that that's something that very little, and we fix that. And it can be fixed, but other than that, now things just gonna happen. If you don't believe it, just believe it. We just now we learn to be happy, no matter what. And that's a problem, we are able to fix it. And that's the only thing about that, we're able to fix it. So I'm not saying we just, you know, looking in any kind of way or acting in any kind of way, because we're all in this boat together. And I can assure you that the finance statement, all this here, while I'm here, nobody will be made shamed, checks bouncing, all kind of things like that. And that's why I said the finance report is up to date. Now, we're gonna have that kind of embarrassing. Now, since we're talking about finance report, we get good compliment from the banks. We paying over $1,000 some right now, every month. Where it used to be all like $100,000 that was a debt. And we're paying that money, because we have that money to pay now. But when you don't have any money to pay, then now you just gotta keep writing it off or doing something like that. But we will pay it, and we pay it every month, not miss a month since I've been here. And no simple, that's why I said we all be happy about things now. And, dealing with the finance report, and that's one of the most important things that we have to deal with, light bill, all kind of things that we have to deal with. And nobody complaining, saying that the lights went off or they couldn't pay the bill. So just learn to be happy no matter what, because we're all in this boat together. And I'm not gonna mess up. That one thing, you can count on that. I have experience my own business when I was younger, and that's why I say now, I have learned. Now I'm over this here, and I guarantee you, it will not be messed up. So you might as well just be happy and pray. Pray for me, pray for the council members, and we're all gonna work together and try to make this thing the best that it is. And this really, I was told about this here, it's about the children and about the older people. And some older people, that's what I'm gonna talk about that when I get to mine, I want to stay within this agenda. When I get to my part about our concern, and we have time to talk about some of these things, but just try our best to stay within what we're talking about. This is town business right now. Now, we're going to number 7. Reading and adopted of the minutes. So we're going to listen at the minutes.
Meeting for the regular monthly meeting, August the 19th, 2025, 6 p.m. The meeting was called to order at 6:04 by Mayor Bell. The invocation was opened by silent women and clerk, in unison by the attendees. The roll call by the clerk showed the following in attendance: Joe Bell, Sharon Bell, Janice Patterson, Elfrida Mitchell, and Shantara Logan. The quorum was established to conduct the town's business. Approval of the minutes. After review of the agenda, Mayor Bell asked for a motion to approve the agenda. It was moved for approval by the approval of the agenda by Ms. Sharon Bell and second by Shantara Brown. All were in favor of the motion. Approval adoption of the minutes. Clerk read the minutes, approved and adopted. Councilmember Janice Patterson brought some minutes from July meeting, but it wasn't read or approved. Financial reports, August 2025. Clerk read the report and the mayor answered questions about the infrastructure amount. As per the past few months, the panel did not vote on approval of the financial reports due to overstated infrastructure amount. Members were given a detailed financial transaction history for current. Stated Mr. Ford could remove some assets that the council and the mayor know the town doesn't have. Councilmember Janice Patterson says the town needs to get a lawyer to review the items. Council members had a special meeting to appoint someone to do the mayor duties, while the mayor was running for re-election without the mayor being present. They went ahead and voted for council member Shantara Rudolph to do it. Mayor Bear had already appointed the clerk to pick up the mail and to do his mayor duties during the re-election. Mayor spoke about how he had spoken to the grant writer about the grant application for a community center to help with the fire department, the police department building outside for a bathroom, computers, books, and update the library. Asked council members to write down the needs of the community by the next meeting or before. Councilmember Sharon Bell suggested budget works. Councilmember Janice Patterson said it's something already been from the last administration to go by as far as the needs of the community. We were trying to let the fire department with their needs amount to donate wasn't discussed yet. Councilmember Shantara Rudolph stated that concerns aren't being heard and council is being rushed, and to also do workshops, training programs for the council members. Councilmember Patterson stated the league has classes online as well. Mr. Brent Crenshaw spoke to the mayor, council members, and audience about the needs of the fire department. He asked for support, he was asking for support from the town, needing donations, dedicated people willing to work and volunteer. Some needs are radios, the alternator, hoses, equipment, extinguisher, 2 batteries, and one supply for grants to include the fire department. Once the fire department set up, it was helped with insurance. It was changed from a class 9 to a class 7. Monita Scott spoke and addressed the mayor, council, and audience about her concerns. Stated that Emma Day was hired. She also wanted to know how the poll workers were gathered, were they appointed, or did they do an application. She went over her time speaking and was asked by the mayor to have a seat. And she said she would not be seated. She kept talking and was asked several more times to have a seat, and she did not sit down until she finished. Like she was doing a campaign speech. The mayor called the police and they came out to talk to her about disrespecting the town meeting and the mayor. Mayor said he is going to try to have an officer here for all town meetings. There were 20 people in attendance, including Mayor Bell, council members, and the clerk. All 4 mayoral candidates were in attendance as well.
Okay, we have listened to the minutes. Maybe 2 are not here, but we have listened to the minutes. Now, I'm asking for a motion to approve the minutes.
I make a motion to approve the minutes with whatever, let's say, adjustments.
I get a second. I get a second. The motion to approve the minutes.
I can't approve all of them.
Okay. Thank you for the motion.
That's why I said the necessary.
So let me ask you a question. So, you're asking for the minutes to be approved as stated, but yet we're not gonna go back to make any corrections to anything? Question.
Do you see anything that needs to be corrected on that? Do you see anything?
I'm just asking a question.
Whatever you, I mean, when I asked for a second motion, now, if you don't want to, then that means that you got a problem with it or something.
That's not my question. I said, again, last month we were here. But you wanna say we still should have did this or did that, she didn't. It was hand delivered and stated as such. So therefore, that would be necessary correction, correct?
I made it clear, it's in our, minutes for the month, the next time, that new seal, not repeat myself more than one time.
You have to be
I've
yourself.
said that over and over, and that's over now. Now, I'm asking for a second to approve these, minutes.
She said,
You first.
I thought, didn't you say?
Get a second.
I say,
Now, would that be anyone abstaining? Okay, give me a reason why you abstain. Neither, you're supposed to give a reason.
I don't think
If you
so.
abstain.
Well,
Or if you abstain, why not give a reason?
It's not, okay, I wanna make it issue. I abstain,
Because, what?
minutes does not have to reflect everything said in the meeting. The minutes should reflect things that motion on and discussed. We don't have to go into details about, no came and this and that came. And that's my reason for abstaining. You don't have to, you don't have to.
Okay, that's good
I
enough.
have a question.
That's okay, that's all, just.
Well, that is-
We're not making a discussion.
That's whatever your question is, or whatever.
I'm good.
What it is, just give a reason. Now, why are you?
But that's really not part of it.
No, I just have.
You know that, I just want that, the question, people come on. if you're in a meeting and if a person abstains, they're not required to say, I abstain because of that reason.
But that's what I feel that we need to know, and ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. And nothing wrong with that. And sharing information, y'all usually, we establish a lot of parliamentary procedures, Robert rules of order, and I won't try to go with that, right? So Secretary Clerk, maybe you wanna read that Robert rules of order, so you have a better understanding of how to read.
But everything, I didn't know we had a motion to vote on anything, so that's fine.
Okay, I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay. Okay, we'll go on to the next now. Okay, we got a first and a second now. Again, no, we got those things, so now, everybody voted no or either abstaining. Now, the motion has been approved, or what it was said. Thank you. Now we're going into new business and old business. Council members, write down some information that needed for the town of Malta and give them to the mayor before the next meeting. The reason I put that, I had 3 different ones within a week call me. Leon Howard, one of them, called me today and said his little grandchildren were playing on some of the playground, out there on the playground, some of the things. And I went and looked at it right then, and some of the wood is rotten. I mean, something's gotta be fixed right now. And my Leon came to me, and that gave me, because I can't see everything. And no wonder, the best thing he could have done, because just lucky some child didn't get hurt out there. Now, the second thing, when I said write something down, because you see like I see things, like other people see things. In the project, I would use the word in the project. On Reeves Drive and William Drive. If you get up in the morning time, it's too late now, you get in the morning time, and you will see this bus with a lot of children on that bus. And this is the street here. And you know left and right, this is the right side. Now you gotta go all the way on this side, because those limbs right there, the bus is too tall, and where these children may get hurt. So they had to go all on the other side. So I had 2 bus drivers call me. And I talked to Mr. Bell, Joe Bell too about that. It's been 2 weeks ago. But finally, another lady called me that drives the school bus. So we gotta do something. We already was in the process of doing it. But I said that to say this here. Write down, because you see it. If you're a council member, you're supposed to see like I see things. And it's about the people. I don't care what nobody says, it's about the people out here. It's not about us at all. Bring ideas to the table. And you can't, I mean, you only have about 2 hours, 2 hours. You can't do a lot in 2 hours. But you riding around, if you're a council member, and you see these things need to be done. Maybe a pothole, all you gotta do is put it in writing, give it to me. And you done took care of what you're supposed to, where something should happen, then that means I'll be liable. The town hall will be. Leon got on that today, and that's an A+. Already got on that. Wilson already completed that job, and I used my tractor free and got up there and helped. $3,000 job. Only paid $1,000. Use my truck, load all this here. Those that passed by my house down, they probably looked and saw all that debris on that. But I've been doing that. I've been doing that all since I've been the mayor. And those that see me doing it, that means that they know what I'm talking about. But we all got to help. If you're a council member, you got to reach out there and help. See these things, and that's why I say write these things down, because you only hear somebody got a job to go to. And now write these things down, bring it to me, and make sure something we can do in the city. Because these things are very important. And that's why I said write these things down. And don't feel embarrassed because you're writing something down. So now, okay, now you're going, I just had to say that because All I ask you to do, write that, that's what we're saying. Now, you don't have to write nothing down. You're not made to write nothing down. You don't wanna do it, don't do it.
But, what I'm about to say is, that's the point of the work session. So we
But,
can look.
well, we're talking about two different things now. I'm talking about, okay, don't say work session.
I'm talking like the exact same thing you talking about. Issues in the community, things that we rise to and we see and need to be done. We need to come together as a council and mayor and sit down and write this stuff out, look at the budget and see what we can exactly afford to do.
Okay.
Not just, you'll have 10 sheets of paper with different ideas, but we need to come together with what we can do for the town,
I do understand what you're saying.
according to the budget, not just turn in a homework assignment or something like that.
I do understand what you're saying.
Right.
But right now, what I'm saying is here, trying to get it, the best way I know how to give it to you. It's about our old people. The Captain Center is closed down, but about to reopen it. But now, the older people, they said not gonna have that program anymore. So they asked me, could they come here? And that's one of the things that somebody could have wrote down. We help these older people. They come right on Thursday, maybe an hour, 2 hours, number of times they want to. And they want to appreciate that. Jan is the one that be sitting there, and they saw how important that is. And that's all I'm asking. It could be a one thing you can see that we can deal with. Because we're not gonna spend this money now. I'm not gonna be embarrassed.
What's wrong with having a work session?
What's wrong with write down, see something in the road, or see something and bring it to me, or bring it to the clerk and she'll give it to me. What's wrong with that? Cause there's three things right now have been solved. Mr. Howard is working on that. Wilson has already completed that. Where the bus is now, and the one lady called and said, hey, I sure appreciate that. But we're liable now, because this is a town, we're liable for all these things that so really should happen.
That's my point, that's what I'm trying to.
But that's why I
So
said,
we can
like
get
you
together.
driving up, down the road like I do, we can write down something or say, hey, a pothole right there. And it's so easy to do. I mean, I understand what you're saying now, Sharon. Have a meeting, then I guess all of us get out there, I mean, I'm not being smart or funny, all of us get out there and say, hey, that need to be done right there, that need to be done.
I live in the town, so I see everything that needs to be
Yeah,
done.
right, just tell me
But
one
I
thing, if
can't
you call me
solve
right
it
now,
myself.
okay, if you call me right now and say, hey, that's a pothole up there, I bet you one thing, I'll be up there in a little
I
while.
work on a committee, I don't work by myself. I mean, I have my individual ideas and everything, but as far as making a final decision, all the council.
Now, don't worry, we're all supposed to get together. But now if I had called all of y'all to Leon, I gotta give it to council member first before we fix that.
That's not what.
$100, $200, $300 job. I'm just bringing it down the way I know how. I mean, I'm just bringing it down the way I know how. Now, the child got hurt up there and we wait till a work section. And now we still gotta go out there and look and see. I said, if you see something, just bring it to my attention. That's all I'm asking. Let's stop making things so hard to see it.
That's not hard.
Because I saw these things that, nobody, nine council members said no tree was in the road, because you didn't see it. Now I had one person call, said some of the lights out on Main Street. Oh, and then somebody could have wrote that and said, Harold Bell, look at, I mean, everybody working the gun, so you only come here to get paid for whatever you get paid, just be here not more than 2 hours, once a month. Now, you gotta do something on the side. Bring things to the table. Cause that's what I do.
Yeah, I think,
Okay, let's let one person talk now. Who's
He
next?
has
Joe,
hand
Joe.
the idea, well, and everybody, I think we're on the same page, we just want about it different.
But different things, all of it be based on the same thing. Same thing. I don't think I'm saying about, if you can give me something, then you don't have to do that. I'll put it that way. If you don't wanna do that, don't do that. Don't give me nothing if you don't wanna do it. Because as long as I can drive up and down the road, I see a whole lot that need to be done. And some of these things are main things that need to be done.
The idea, Mayor, what I was about to suggest, is back to what Councilman Bell said. If you come and see around the thing, we all see it, we all see what's happening in Boston, but we all open down the streets. need to understand the procedure. See, the idea is, the mere idea is to not that the council member right now is bringing to you. The idea is the council members come together along with you, and you all discuss various things, and prioritize those things that need to be done first. You know, that unless somebody walking up there, we all see certain things in town every day that need to be corrected, that need to be helped.
Can you name 3 things right now that need to be corrected right in malls and Fords? You know, keep somebody from giving us a lawsuit.
It's different.
Then name one thing, cause you named the tree.
Wait a minute,
You
it's
named the
different,
tree.
you're not talking about the tree. The difference is what I'm saying, let's be proactive, not just reacting to something. See, we identify these things before it happens, and we work on it, we prioritize. And the way to do that is, I'm just trying to get the council to come together and sit around the table.
Let's say you
Wait,
think-
let's see, the council come together and sit around the table and discuss those things. And you don't get confident, and you get ideas from people from the community, obviously. But the council one got to make the ultimate decision.
That's when we can get together, once we find out what
And
needs
that's
to be
why,
done.
now y'all working to you just need to have that work session and talk about stuff. Cause what happened now, the problem is, it's almost like a husband and wife. The mayor really can't do nothing without the council, and the council can't do work without the council.
What we're talking
Well,
about.
wait a minute,
I don't wanna talk too long on something that
Well,
we
you-
talking,
you
saying the same
control
thing,
it.
you're saying the same thing I'm
Be quiet,
saying.
I'll be through. And if y'all come together on stuff, you know, what I'm trying to get a point, to take a vote from the council to make things happen. The mayor suggests things, the council suggests, if some of y'all agree on, but the idea is to sell it to the council before the meeting. Sell the idea before the meeting, when y'all come in here, these council, these visitors shouldn't have to hear through the whole rap, but it should be already in the work session side. These are things that we want to see happen. And I'm just trying to lay on that, and I'll be through by saying, all this is very clear, y'all look at it, before you start a new term, look at the procedures of how it's supposed to be done. Cause that's the only thing that legally, what you do, I mean, we don't get to just come in and do what we want to do. We have to come in and do it according to the law. When you establish the procedures for operating at the beginning, there's nothing more important than having that meeting where you organize that. And then when you go up next year, you won't be the mayor sit here and the council here, you won't have to wait 5 more years discussing stuff.
Okay, I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna read it one more time, then we're gonna go on to the next one. Council member, write down some important needs for the town of Marshall to give them to the mayor before the next meeting. Now, we heard a lot of different things, but all of it boiled down to what I said, what Joe said, what Cheryl said, all of it boiled down to the same thing. Now, but my goal is to, if you don't want to do it, we're taking care of that right there, that would save somebody's life. Child leg get broken, although we may have to pay money, but the child leg broke. Now, we're talking about a work session, that is very good. But these are things when we're riding up and down the road, and you can see these things, just like I would see these things. Other people doing the same thing, they wrote down, or they called, now we have another lady, her name Dorothy Jane Elbert. Said we need speed bumps. I said, write this down, and I bring it to the council member, then that's when we all get together and say, yeah, this needs to be done. We just might as well get ready to respect the mayor for what he knows. If you don't do that, we're gonna be arguing. We're about the people, I keep telling you that. It's not about what Joe said, what Cheryl said, what I said, based boiled to the same thing. Same thing. Now what we can do one day, have a work session, but you still don't know what's going on. If Leon had not told me about that, I would have not known anything. Said little grandchildren were playing there, and they gave the information to him. And he came right on down here and talked to me. And that's what it's about. I don't care what nobody say, we just might as well get ready to help if you're gonna be a council member. Because it's not about us, it's about you. And those that are running, they know it's about you. You're the one that's gonna be out there running and said that I wanna be a mayor, I wanna be a council member. Then now, once all got together, then it's a dumb thing, but I know. And that's why I always use the word I. And then Don, my brother, Quinn, said it's different day and night. If I was depending on Don, because we came out at the same time or whatever, then now, that means now that I'm gonna be a lost person. We're in a nutshell, really, like that. So every councilman ought to have some ideas to bring it to the table, then we can make things work. I mean, just something that, what Joe said, what I said, all the bought are the same thing. It's just like boiling chicken, put it all in chicken and maybe some more stuff mixed with it to make it taste better. That's the same, everything we talking about, we waste about 10 minutes talking about the same thing, was based on the same thing. My thing is about saving and we keep from having lawsuits. We got a plat this long, this big, that no lawsuits since we've been here. Look back at the records. And I asked them, I don't know if I can do this until I find out for a fact that I want to talk to councilman one-on-one. I got to make sure that's the law. And it's not have nothing to do with for us just trying to vote or something like that. But just let them see some of the things that went on back in the day so they can be educated enough to see that we've got to do what's right. If we don't, we're gonna be in a nutshell, be embarrassed, and people had their nose sticked out, their mouth saying, how you hell can do that? But they can't send them a good start now, because we got records to show. Now, we don't want to spend too much time, because we want to get out of here before 8 o'clock. And when I get to my part, and I'll let you know some more things. Okay, but we gotta just stop hating now. You know, you need to pray about that. Love what you love. If you don't like it, get off the board. I'm not doing anything illegal, I'm not doing anything bad. I'm not gonna, every man got a different idea. Joe had a different idea, but I was out there when they was out there. No good things were going on, and sometimes there was bad things going on. It doesn't mean unless you wanna go to heaven and be God.
What was so wrong about what I said?
And nothing, I just said was nothing wrong with that. I just said you and all I deal with about based on the same thing.
But I've been saying this for 5 years, same exact thing for 5 years. You've been omitting everything I say.
Well, I just
You've been
haven't got to
overlooking
that.
everything I say, and you talk around with a whole bunch of jibber jabber, and we don't never come to no final, no positive.
When you'll be on the board, and we'll try hard to figure out how we can.
We can figure it out if we sit down and have a work
That's what I'm talking
session.
about, that's what I'm saying, a work session. But right now, my
You saying
thing
that
was this here,
it'll never happen.
my thing was this here, and it's gonna be that way. We want to satisfy
It's
our
not just
children,
your way.
want to satisfy our children and our other people, and we all work together, in every way that we can.
And the bottom line is what the law says.
Exactly.
What the law says, what you can do and can't do. And that's what the top of the report, council neglected doing what we're supposed to do.
Well, I think, I'll get a good compliment, and I see about looking at our paperwork, we've got to be doing good.
We'd be better company.
It could be better, like Sheriff said,
If we work
doing
together,
better.
and instead of you just trying to be the head of everything, you wanna be the front man.
I'm not trying to be the head, I want to be a part of everybody, and all we
You
hear
don't
from.
listen to nothing we say,
Huh?
you don't listen to anything that comes to say at all.
Well, if you say something, I listen to every word you say.
Listen, but that's
What
it. It goes
we're
with it.
gonna
I
have
can
to
see
do,
it in the
Sheriff,
law.
Sheriff, what we're gonna have to do, I'll listen at you, you're gonna listen at me.
Right.
Don't worry about them, worry about nobody but you. Then that's the same thing about Joe. What about Joe? And this use the word I more than we. And we'll get all together one day.
Let me just tell Paul remark.
Joe has been on this a long time.
You can do it all the time.
Joe, you
Just
never
give me
understand.
1 minute, I don't take me a minute.
If you don't wanna be on this board, you need to get
I'm
off.
leaving on this time, just listen a little bit.
Because I'm trying to be nice. We don't
So
wanna
you're
get
not
into a
solving
point.
that.
We don't wanna get into a point to say that, you know,
Hell,
one marriage, not one marriage.
Listen here, I'm not trying
You
to.
say express yourself so we
I'm
can
waiting,
go
I'm waiting, council concern.
But we don't wanna spend a lot of time
No
here.
problem.
But people got to
No
go
problem.
unnecessary.
No problem.
You don't wanna listen, see? And you're gonna have to listen, Joe. I am the man. I don't care what no one
Yes, sir,
says.
Mayor.
It's not a question.
Now, one thing I wanna do,
Let me say this,
I don't wanna get off the board, another starts, come on. And all we're talking about, all I was talking about, one thing. Give me some in writing, we don't here for the comments now.
but you
See
gotta-
something and
you
give me
gotta-
some reason why you're saying these things.
Why don't you solve some of this too? put a suggestion box out there and let the people put something in the box. And bring it to the
We've got
council.
jump to that now.
And bring it to the council. And bring it to the council. A
We,
lot of people may not wanna speak in a meeting.
listen, that's what I wanted, that can get to that, but I was speaking to nobody but the council members now. We don't know, we have a big responsible job.
And it takes more.
Now we
than
gotta get to
six
the
years
citizen
get
one.
it. Huh?
We're gonna get to the citizens and see what they think about things. And we're gonna do that.
Well, I just, let me just say this. I appreciated sitting on this council for 5 years, okay? But the bottom line is, this legal municipalities book, and even online, everybody needs to take that course in order for this town to be certified course through the Alabama Legal
I
Municipality.
just make that statement.
We just can't keep sitting up
Everybody
here.
be a part.
We just can't keep sitting up here talking, arguing, calling the police, instead of trying to reason for what's going on in the community. And it's not always about you, it's not always about me, it's about, like you said, the people.
The people.
But the people have to have an office like this, that they depend on us to make the necessary changes and decisions.
Okay, we're on A for a long time, I know about 10 minutes or over. So right now, we're going to another part. Now, you have a printout showing that it's a CDBG grant. And we met here with Mr. Poole from the state, myself and Laura. This was on this past Wednesday. Now, my grass is being paid some money already, getting ready to be paid off, hasn't paid some right.
Not too much, we paid the county, for materials.
But anyway, the county have been paid some right.
Mhm.
But the reason the county had not been paid all of it because that was a problem. And we just had to fix that. Like I said, this is not our money. And now they're working on that. And Janet was there when they first started, cause it came up like where they didn't quite know, but myself, Joe knew, and Cheryl knew, and I think you should have known. You said you didn't know anything about, when Charlie came in and said some of it relates to that we paid for whatever, the trucks and the crazy people that doing that work. But they thought maybe he was just speaking on just, the material. And I understood that, I think some more of my council members understood that. So right now, we're trying to get money, do you have a sheet that Jason gave them that sheet? Just explain that, just explain, so we are all working on that. And people will be getting paid, cause we got money to pay them. But we don't want to do anything that we're not supposed to do, doing it real quick, or showing that at some point, that, that's how it's supposed to be. But like I said, we're gonna go by the book.
Question. And I sat in that meeting over in Painesville, as well as when I asked you a question. Evidently, the $400,000 grant was enough money to do everything we did. But the council came together and said, well, let's pay the county X amount of dollars, right? But the bottom line is now is that, all that $400,000 wasn't spent, correct?
Well, that's why it's not spent, because we're trying to get up, we wanna make sure that everything be straight. It's being spent now, because we got emails, yesterday, and that's will be spent. But we're waiting for Wednesday, that's tomorrow, to see what Jason says, Jason, his name, Mr. Cruz, see what's going on. And we just gonna fix it.
But the bottom line.
They're working with that.
Okay, I can understand that.
And you was in the meeting.
I know I was in the meeting, that's
Okay,
my question
okay.
I'm asking you right now. So you talked to them further, you and Laura met, so the bottom line is that any money that was left over was supposed to go back to the state, am I correct? Supposed to go back to the project, to the CBG, right? Cause all $400,000 was not spent.
Well,
Am I right?
I know more about that Wednesday, and if you wanna come, and now when I talk with Mr. Poole, you can ask him the same thing. Or like I said, this is not money coming out of our pocket, we're just trying to make sure everything's done right.
I understand that.
And that's how it is, you was in the meeting, you didn't ask no question,
I didn't
When
come
was
to
that
me
first
on
one?
time.
Not the pay when,
Most
the
likely
one
about
before.
it.
And all this stuff, the
I'm
same
asking
thing going
you.
on.
You the mayor, I'm asking you.
Well, I told you, I'm waiting on them, so I can give you the right answer. Just suppose you call me tomorrow and say something they was telling me.
So will we get a report about that, or you gonna tell us?
Well, I'm gonna make sure I tell you, but like I said, they're working with that. They are working with that.
They're not gonna put anything on paper? They don't put anything on paper?
Well, they're working with it, they'll make sure, they're gonna make sure, that's one thing about them, they're gonna make sure everything's all
I'm
right.
just asking because,
They're not gonna lose their job on that.
I'm just asking because it's better for us to see it on paper than
Oh, we'll see it on-
listening to, like, if I go to the meeting, I might miss something. I can't come back and tell the council member exactly, cause I could have missed something, but if it's on this paper, then.
Well, what I'm gonna
you
do,
know exactly what's
well,
going
every
on.
time you call tomorrow, I know you may not be able to get off work. I would like you to come, I'm having them to come down.
What time?
I don't know what day now, I don't know what day yet, you may not wanna come down, but I would like for you all to be around, somebody, I know you're free, and Cheryl could be free. Then when I do call him, y'all be at the office, and we all talk with the speakerphone on. Ask him anything you wanna ask him. And nothing wrong, but you got to understand that this is government money, state, or whatever, it gotta be done right.
If I understood correctly, the $400,000 was not enough money.
In the
When the
beginning.
bids came in.
That's why we.
Well, see, that's what we are saying, and like I said, y'all got big, just like I said, to be in the meeting, you can see these things, so I didn't ask you to come over there.
No, that's something we talked about before the work being got done,
Right.
during the process of everything being
You
done.
gotta come to the meetings, and then you can see when you set up the channel thing, I think you understood it. I know I did,
I understand.
but now when we gotta come back and add our words to it, and maybe it's something that we don't quite know. Now, if you're in a meeting, you can see that you got a chance to ask who's from the horse's mouth. And that's why I'm trying to encourage you people to, and I know you can't take off work. So by just being there, you'll see and hear a whole lot. But that's already in the making for that. Now I have questions and answers and, about orientation section. After being sworn in your seat. Now I understand it'll be like in November 3rd. And me knowing the time I was sworn in, we need a whole day. Now, you need to ask your boss, can you take off work that day? Because this is very important. You become a new member, and like I said, there's nothing to play with. But now, I'm putting it on here, so you can be, and maybe now that's November 3rd, where I think that everybody should be sworn in. But at some point, you can be thinking about it, or making phone calls to me, or the clerk, and see what time and what day. And I'll let you know a week or 2 weeks before, so you have time to say, boss man, I need to be off. Because this is very
Okay,
important.
he can be on, ain't nobody else working. I just say that because she can be on.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying, okay. Now, I wanted to put it here so nobody wants to say I didn't know, and no one knows she's here, okay, and, you understand what I'm saying? But I'll be letting you all know way before that day, week before. Okay, that's just something that I just want to just put on this agenda so you'll have an idea, so you won't say I didn't know anything about it. Now, work was completed, and that's what I was talking about. If everybody was seated here, how those trees was all in a row, and Joe saw it, and I know I've been saying it for over a week. You can pass this around just to see how the trees, now you go out there now and take a look now. That's what I'm saying, drive through on William Drive and Reed Drive, come all the way around. About 5, 6, or 7 tree limbs that was like in the road. That bus had to go all the way on the other side to get them children through. That's a very important. Let's say, for example, if one child got hurt, or 2 or 3 got hurt, there's gonna be a big lawsuit.
So that was on the right of way, right?
Well, then it's in the project. Go out there and look. I tell people, go drive by and look.
Cause you did it.
Yeah,
So it's on,
that one thing, gotta be in the city limits.
I said, right away, I ain't said no
Well,
city limit.
I don't know about the right away, would be made like, I'm talking about city limits, what you think, was in the pasture somewhere? Just asking that question. It's on the right away.
Right, yes, that's the question I asked.
Well, I'm trying to say, I didn't quite understand what you're saying.
The right away, you
Okay,
go
okay,
out,
do you know where, Reed Drive here, going around by, Robert Grant, do you drive through there in the town?
Mhm.
That's on the highway, right?
Mhm.
Now, the tree right here in the road, right here.
So it's on the right away.
Well, all
So
this
the
right
town
away,
is
all that's
responsible
right
for
away,
that.
the people driving through there.
Town is responsible for doing that,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
Okay.
That's why I say drive, that's why I keep saying drive and play, and see for yourself. I'm not gonna do
But I'm
anything, I'm
just
not gonna do
saying-
anything illegal. Not nothing.
Nobody say you doing
I
anything.
want to just take the picture, but you can see the road right here.
But the bottom line is, okay, that's
That's
good
the
that you,
main road right there.
that's good that you
And
did
here's the
that.
tree right down the road right there. It's not way over in somebody's, house or behind their house. All of this on the road, all
I
that.
see that,
It's done black and white.
I see that.
That road-
There's other roads,
That's the road,
there's
right
other,
there. That's the road right here, that's the street right here, and that's the tree right there, not way out here on somebody's land. But we gotta be able to drive by and just see it for yourself. And Joe knows, so he passed it one, and I talked about it. Now, who helped with that? I did, with my own equipment.
you man, thank God you
Well,
got
I've been doing that,
that.
I've been doing that way before now.
Thank God you
And I
got
don't wanna
that.
bring up nothing about politics, nothing about politics. But I gotta say this, because God asked me to say this here. Anytime you try to beat 3 or 4 people run against you, and you get 70%, almost 70%, you gotta be doing something with people. And that's just big plus.
Buying votes.
Now you just know what it is. But I didn't, like I say, it's about the people. And then now past that now, I didn't take no pictures, I didn't take no more to see how the job looked. Go by and look, see what it looked like. And I had nobody's complaining, say how good it looked. And one thing about him, Joe can tell you about that. He'll say that when Harold do something or over something, it gotta be done right.
Yeah, Judge, it was.
Just drive by, but that was our job, those are things that keep from having lawsuits. Those are things keep from having
That's
lawsuits.
true, so.
I was looking back at some of the records, from other mayors and whatnot, lawsuits and stuff like that. They were suing, but we not had that one, that's a A+. That's an A+. The lawsuits take all your money, then when you get 2 or 3 on that policy, then they gotta shut you down. My dad used the word shut you down. Now you gotta go to another company where they gonna jack it up. Cause they know you need that insurance. We got certificates and all things to show that how good, and I'm just bragging on myself now, but that's God. And I got up on the thing, cause I don't trust, that guy to get up there and get hurt. I got insurance for myself. If I get hurt, I got guarantee I won't sue the town. And I've been doing this ever since I was 9 years old. My dad was a lawyer. And we might as well just get ready, cause if you got a council member, you might as well get ready to help. I didn't, pick up papers on that, people paying everybody every time. Or encourage somebody not to pick it up, not to throw paper out. But don't do it now, like I say, don't do nothing if you don't want to do it. You ain't have to even argue about that. So, like I said, these things have to be done. Now, we're gonna get out here before 8 o'clock. Now, put down that we want to be out here before 8 o'clock, around 8. Now, that's okay about that. Now, getting down to the map concern, executive session, we'll see what we need that. Now, map concern, I have talked almost enough. I have talked enough, but I have more things, because like I say, these are things I'm saying, we can be fighting, we can be whatever. But when I come to this meeting, I'm for real. Now, I'm serious about that. And we get out there in the street, we can talk and act over each other. But when I come to this meeting, I would like to be able to say, I don't care if the president was here, I'll still be myself. Never get my principal say at one time, I don't care what, when these state folks come, you still be who you are. Don't try to act like you trying to fix your word here. This is fair. All that kind of talk. He said, be yourself no matter what. And you see that. And some of you don't like it. Don't love it. But God put me on another 4 years. That was God. I had worked for it. Our managed real good. And we're not gonna misuse it. Sometimes I gotta go to a thing, starting Thursday. Like Mayor's Conference. And I would like for some of y'all to go and just be a part of it, you know. And just, Johnny, you used to go to these things and just be a part of it. And then you'll learn a lot. Because like I say, just right there in Mauson, you're not gonna know a whole lot. You gotta go sightsee and go like to Lounsborough, sit in their meeting one day. Go down to the other place down here, like going to Stella. Benton. Sit in those meetings. Go to Fort Deposit, sit in there. Go to Haven, sit in there. And that's what I do. Everybody has different ideas. You know, same thing. That's why we don't know much, because we don't go nowhere. And I go to all these are all over the world here. All over Alabama. And I'll be there. And it'll be something good, and if some of the council members would be able to go. And I enjoy each time I go. And I learn a lot. But some of me want to go.
I had a long for the date, that's why I couldn't make it.
So you going?
I ain't gonna, if I had a long for the date.
Oh, okay. It's something, you know, it's something good to go to. Like I say, and that's why sometimes you think I'm doing so much wrong, because you don't know nothing but what you know. When you go to all these other council meetings, I guarantee you'll see a lot more, especially go to some of those like Lounsborough. You don't even know they got a town hall. Whitehall, you don't see Whitehall, Lounsborough, or either Milton. You see Moses, and you see Fort Deposit. You don't even see Gordonville in Lounge City, but somebody got on Facebook. And that's one of the worst things you can do, because you don't Facebook and put all your business right there. You don't see a lot of this from one. I ain't calling no names, dog. Some of this stuff be posted. Some of the names, somebody take everything I'm saying. And that's good for what I'm saying. Because I want the world to know who I am. But we don't hear nothing about those places. But now, time something happened here, we're down in Fort Deposit, Greenville, putting our business all over the world. And we need to go to places and just see just what I'm talking about, because it's real. When you start putting your name out there, it's gonna catch up with you one day. One day you got to put the wrong stuff in there, and you gotta have a big lawsuit, because you don't know right from wrong. I don't put my business in the street. I got a flip phone, I got this too, but I use a flip phone if I know where I came from. But it has something to do with it. I'm not concerned. I'm talking about me now. And now I'm talking about the community.
I think there's a need for an executive session.
Because like I said, like I say this, I tell you again, you put whatever you want to put on there. It doesn't make no difference. By me being a leader, I just encourage you to be careful about what you put out there. Because like I said, I use that word, these other towns don't have all that going on. They won't put this business out there. And that's a good thing. I tell my daughter and my son, I said, don't put me out there. Sometimes you may see me. There's so much I can put out there about me. I don't want nobody to know too much about me. work gonna speak for me.
Yeah,
I'm 73 years of age now, I've been in malls all my life. All my life, and everybody can tell you what I do, all over malls. And that's why I would use the word, the head top. You know what it is. Now, council member concerns. Talk good talk, 'cause I talk good talk.
I said there's a need for an
Council member
executive
concerns.
session.
Okay, what?
I said, you skipped over to number 9. You said if needed.
Well, I just said, do we need that?
Yes, I
Because I don't
think
need it, I don't need it, I'm what we need it for. Like I said, if we ain't got but 30 more minutes, and if anything relates to something that important, we need
It's
it.
important. Can y'all excuse us about 15 minutes?
So you saying we do need to have a thing?
Yeah.
So you wanna have us, because Janet said that, you wanna have us to
No,
call
I'm
you.
saying she could just make it.
I made the
Okay,
motion.
okay.
that we
Well, I
need
heard
to-
now. Can I get a second on that? Okay, let's go in there for about, what, 10 minutes?
10, 15 minutes.
I'm gonna tell you that, what's said in that over there, that's stated. Now, everybody get out and say, okay, what we said right there, you can be louder. Now, the main thing, we need to go outside, if we're gonna do anything, because these walls here, over here, every word that you say on this side. Y'all hear that now? They hear every word you say, if we go on that side, right there, next to that office.
I guess that mean they heard everything they said in the absentee application office too.